Well, hello everybody. This is August of 13th of 2024, and I'm at West Shore Services. And I'm going to also do a tour video after this, but I want to do my thoughts about West Shore Services. So, what I'd like to say first about West Shore Services is I love their place. What I love the most is they're helpful when you want to purchase a Siren, or if you want to stuff like that. They'll try to work out any deals, and it's an interesting place. I'm gonna try to make this quick, but because I want to do the tour soon. But anyways, what I love about West Shore Services is well, the fact is, they got lots of interesting sirens here. Different mixture of sirens, a variety of sirens, and it's basically kind of like for a siren enthusiast, it's like a kind of like a siren heaven, if you want to call it. But what I also love is that they seem like they know what they're doing when it comes to like installments and uninstallments and such like that. So I'd say that's a good thing. Some of the things about West Shore Services that I kind of wish would be better is how they store the sirens, particularly the old sirens, kind of like this Thunderbolt here. Now this one, I don't know much details about this, but this one looks like it's in fine, okay condition, but it could be in a better position. But the rest of the sirens that I'll show out in the yard, they could be like hidden in weeds, or they could be busted up and such like that, or jammed. And I just think it's kind of sad to see that. Plus, it's kind of a rundown, so that's another thing. But what else do I want to say? I'm going to change positions. So anyways, to continue on, what I was saying about West Shore Services is that I love their place, although there are some things that I kind of wish they would do that, and many of you would agree on the same thing. For one thing is that the way how they store sirens, it's kind of like just scattered all over the place, and it's kind of like as if they just let, weeds grow in, or bugs build nests, or beehives and such like that, It's just that it kind of gets a little, if somebody wants a particular siren, it kind of gets a little tricky because they could be in pretty bad shape, and depending on how much it costs, I don't want to criticize them on costs, but the cost of a siren that needs a lot of work is kind of a little unfair in my point of view, and I think that's just, that's one thing I don't really like. But let's see, for West Shore Services, I'd say they do wonderful on how they do their jobs, but there's just some times where like you like them and sometimes you don't like them. That's just the way how I kind of feel it is. But it doesn't seem to bother me because I don't really, they're just doing their jobs, so I can't really complain too much. But let me see. I do love the owner of West Shore Services. He's a funny guy. And Mike, who's in charge of the yard, he's a good guy too. He comes helpful. There are some certain things that he prefers that you guys do, or he would prefer that, let's just say that he'd rather you do. So when that happens, I would try to be respectful and just accept his decision, because we definitely don't want to. We definitely don't want a bunch of annoying siren kitties just running around and just doing whatever they want, because unfortunately that's not what West Shore Service is. Unfortunately, they have a job to do, and they're busy, and a lot of stuff here, if they're not supervised correctly, they could get hurt. So just a word of caution, if you're going to come to West Shore Services, especially if you're a minor, have an adult legal guardian with you, okay? And even if you're an adult, just keep in mind, these aren't toys, you got to keep in mind that these are not toys, and you got to be cautious of where you step, because it can be a little tough, and you got overgrown weeds, and some of it may be poison ivy and such like that. So you really got to, just 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 be cautious, and just do what the boss tells you. That's really all I can tell you. But aside from that, though, let's see. I know I didn't say much about West Shore Services, about my thoughts, but what I think another thing I'd like to add maybe is when you see like all the old sirens, it's kind of like, it gives you a better chance to be able to see them up close, and it's like, the fact that there's not many places that have those. I mean, there are some, but not a lot. That's another thing you got to look at. And because West Shore Services does a lot of servicing, and not just only in Michigan, but other states as well, that's another thing. So West Shore Services is a pretty big siren distributor. So that's another thing I love about West Shore Services. They seem to be doing really, really, really well. Although it seems to me like they need more. They need to extend their company more, because they have a lot of customers. Now maybe they can't, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the deal is on that, so I'm not going to criticize. But just in my point of view, I feel like they should extend because of how well they do. And the thing is that it's just because of the amount of customers they have to deal with. I'm going to probably take the assumption they're just so far behind that I'm sure they probably get complaints from customers. I don't know that for sure, so don't say I said it. I'm just assuming they do, but that's just me. But the thing is that West Shore Services, I'd say they do the right thing. They will fix old sirens when a place requests it, but they do highly encourage. West Shore Services seems like they highly encourage that you get new sirens. Some of you may think it's just because they want more money. Well, even if that's true, it's it's not really up to us to decide or to judge them on that. But it may not be true. But the thing is that they would prefer that you maybe perhaps just get a new siren, whether it'd be a 2001 or a 508 or any other kind of siren. It doesn't matter. But basically, they don't like. Basically, like the old sirens, like they don't seem to be very keen on Whelans or Thunderbolts or any other old sirens, or even American Signal made sirens. They don't really like those either. So, but despite that though, you gotta still love them for what they do, especially if you love Federal Signal Corporation, because Federal Signal, they have great sirens. They're known to make lots of cool sirens. Maybe today may not be the same as it was back then, but because they have such an interesting history of sirens, you get to see a very good majority of them here at West Shore Services. And not just that, but other old sirens like Whelans, or maybe occasionally some American Signal sirens, or ACA, or Sentries. But mostly it's Federal Signal. But if you love Federal Signal sirens, and you want to see sirens up close in person, this would be the right place. West Shore Services. So, right now this is my 7th time at West Shore. But what I'd like to say is that I'm just thinking for a minute, so just bear with me. But I would say that like I said, they're still doing well, and Yeah, it's just fun looking at the sirens, especially when I make tour videos, because many of you love it when I make the tour videos, which I will do in a moment, but I just want to finish this up first. But um, I'm just trying to think of what else I want to fill in for West Shore Services. Um, kind of a Well, mainly because this is like a business place, I can't really criticize too much or kind of make too many negatives. I'd rather try to my best not to say anything negative about West Shore Services, but my biggest thing that I wish West Shore Service would do, or I think that would be nice, is just not have so many sirens just like laying in weeds and just letting weeds build up and jam up the rotors or mess up the siren and such like that. But another thing I've also heard was that some siren enthusiasts who come in here, particularly young ones, they just leave stuff open and exposed, especially electronic siren cabinets, and then it gets water damaged and destroyed and such like that, and it's useless. So my recommendation is please don't do that. They're not toys, okay? I know you love them, but they're not toys, all right? People may want that stuff, and they might even use it for a city siren, okay, as part of the city siren system, but they can't because they keep getting damaged or they keep getting moisture and such. Now, some of it may not be the siren enthusiast's fault. It could be West Shore's fault as well, the way how they store the cabinets. But in the end, it's best if you just do again what the boss tells you. Okay, just learn how to respect their decision. That's all. But aside from that, though, let me see. I'd say the kind of vehicles they use is good. They use big boom trucks to uninstall sirens, and on that I have witnessed, and I kind of enjoyed watching them doing that. I don't usually tend to. I don't think I'm going to plan on doing more videos of them uninstalling sirens unless they do the one at JC Park, that Thunderbolt 1000 JC Park. For those of you that are wondering, I want to own that Thunderbolt. Okay. Now they didn't say when it was going to be removed, and they didn't say it is going to be removed because nobody unfortunately knows when. Not even the city or the township, should I say, since it's Redford Charter Township. But the point is that nobody knows anything about if JC Park is staying or if it's going or anything like that. Even West Shore doesn't know. So let's not start spreading bad rumors about, oh, it's going to be replaced, because you don't know that, okay? If they say someone said that, don't say it, okay? Don't say it's going to be replaced because it's just not, okay? You don't know that for sure. You got to have evidence. If you don't have evidence, don't say it, okay? Because you're just making yourself look like a fool when you do that. So anyways, yeah, I was just saying, it'd be nice if they could store the sirens a little bit neater in the yard and not just be like, kind of collecting dirt and dust and beehives and such like that. I just kind of wish they were a little bit better maintained, but maybe they can't. But it's just in my point of view, I wish they would. But aside from that, though, I think the point is, I love West Shore Services. This is a great place to visit. It really is, and because they let you visit, or they'll allow it as long as you call them ahead of time and ask them, and like I said, be respectful and learn how to respect their decision. All right, so just be patient about it, because this is a company that does hard work and such like that, and it's not really a free for all. So call ahead of time, and then once ask what date they could do, and then let them suggest like which day would work best, and then work it out that way and such like that, and then that's how you do it. So that's what I could say. But I think that's all I want to say about my thoughts about West Shore Services. So I guess yeah, I just hope they continue to do well. I'm sure they will, and I'll be looking forward to seeing more future videos of West Shore Services. But I do love coming here. This is a great place. I kind of like to consider this my vacation time. So, yeah, I think that's all I need to say. But I just want to thank you all for watching.